I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, people? How you doing? It's a great day, and I'm so very excited to be here. This is the Authors Edition. Yes, 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 Authors Edition. And if you are not listening to what the authors have to say, then I feel like you're really missing out on a lot of information. We're going to be right back. Don't you go anywhere. Welcome back to the show. So this, like I said, is the Authors Edition, and it's all about waking up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Just get up, okay? And we have an amazing author here today, and I hope I say your name right. Is Ramotu?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Ramotu Bello-Osagie.
Oh, okay. I didn't get the rest. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
But I got Ramotu. It's a beautiful name. I thought it was very unique. Where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
Oh, sweet.
I grew up in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, I did Ancestry and I have family there, but I just don't know. So I'm from America.
I understand. From where?
America.
Okay, I know you're from
Yeah.
America. Okay.
Yeah. Chicago, Illinois is where I was born.
Oh, I'm in Chicago.
Yeah.
Right now,
I love
right.
Chicago. That's where I was born. I was born there. Chi-Town girl. Hey.
Oh, yeah, Chicago.
Yay. The Windy City. You guys are having a break right now, but it can get really cold there.
I know, very
Yes.
cold, but we're used to it.
I know.
I love it.
Oh, then no. Not anymore. I'm a Florida girl now. Hey.
Oh, I know the Sunshine City.
Yes, definitely. So tell us about yourself.
I'm from Nigeria. My name is Ramotu Bello-Osagie, and I'm also known as Jerusha, a name given to me by the Lord. I'm from a very large family. Originally, my grandparents were Muslims, but I grew up in a Christian home because my parents were Christians. And I'm also a radio host with I operate a ministry with AM 1160 Christian radio ministry with AM 1160 every week. And I'm here. I wrote a book, Wake Up Nations. and that's about it.
That is the short story. I'm sure there's more. So, writing a book, what led you up to, what led up to writing this book, Wake Up? What was it?
Actually, I never intended to write any book. It never dawned on me that I could write a book until the Lord told me, He said, write a book. And I was wondering, I said to myself, what am I going to write about? I don't think there's anything particularly that I can write about, talking about myself. I wasn't really into it, So I kept putting it off. And then one day, I was in the room. I was staring at a face cap. The name Jesus was written on it. So I kept staring at this cap for a long time. I wasn't, it wasn't for any particular reason, but I just kept staring at it. Then it dawned on me. I said, you know what? The book the Lord is actually asking me to write could be part of the revelations, the things He had shown to me, my relationship with Him. I think that's what He wants me to write about. And also, I said, reading the book of Matthew, His disciples, they walked closely with Him, and just looking at those books, all they talked about was their encounters, the miracles He did, the relationship with Him, all the things He did. I said, the light bulb just came up, and that was it. I started writing nonstop.
Oh my gosh. How long did it take you to write the book?
I'll tell you, it took me a good part of 5 years because at some point I was actually discouraged, thinking, this book might not really go nowhere. I put it aside. Then He appeared to me one evening. He said, write your book. So I took it up again. I started writing. But I found out that as I was writing, things were just coming out of me, that I I couldn't have imagined them that I knew those things. They were just coming. Those revelations, I could remember them, like coming out. Thoughts were coming out. So that was how I wrote the book, Wake Up
Wow.
Nations.
Wow, that is amazing. You know, a lot of people don't realize that some books come fast, some books come slow, and some books come in parts. When you finished this book, when you finished Wake Up, you know, how did that feel for you? And did you wake up yourself?
Actually, I woke up. The thing is, that name Wake Up Nation, the title Wake Up Nation was actually given to me in my dream. I saw a book written Wake Up Nations. I said, Wake Up Nations? So I went on the internet researching if they have books like that. There was none. That was a long time ago. So I said, is this the title the Lord wants me to name my book? So I named it Wake Up Nations.
Mm.
And, I actually woke up because these revelations actually changed my life and my thoughts process. They were actually transformed, knowing that God is real, He's alive, and He's a wonderful God, a great God. When you look at my book and you read it, you see these revelations, they are not just mere revelations, they are not common. They are so, you know, remarkable, strange. And when I tell people, like most of my friends, I used to call them and say, this is what I saw. Some of them thought there was something wrong with me because these are not revelations that were common, you know, they were so strange and very unique in their own way.
Wow. Wow. You know, writing a book and actually doing everything that you've done and putting it to paper is one thing.
Yeah,
Releasing it is another.
releasing it, yes.
How was that for you?
Okay, so I called a publisher. I wanted to know what it entails to write a book. So they kept disturbing me every day, calling me, send us your manuscript, send. So I said, you know what? I'm not even close to finishing my book. So when I was about to send my manuscript to them, the Lord said, don't do it. I said, oh, maybe he's angry with me because it took a long time, a good part of 5 years. So I left it alone. And then I saw on TV the name of my publisher was published. I mean, they were advertising on TV. So I copied the number on CNN. And then the Lord said, you cannot publish your book. So I called them. They said to me, um, not all books that are sent to us that we publish, um, that they're going to review my book is going to take about a week. And they have a review board. They will review my book. So in my mind, I said, oh my gosh, this might not be easy, if they have to sit down and review my book. So about 2 days later, I was in the library and I got an email. I looked at it. It was the lady. She said, congratulations. We are honored to be your publisher. So I called her. I wanted to know what happened because you told me a week in 2 days. She was so happy. She said, you must be very proud of yourself. The president is willing to sign the contract. I've sent it to you. Please sign it. I said, what are you talking about? She said, you must be very proud of yourself. We are honored to be your publisher. So I was acting crazy at the library. An old woman came to me. She said, what's going on? This must be good news. I said, yes. I told her what happened. She said, you're very lucky. Most publishers, they don't want to publish any book right now. I said, I don't know what happened. So she said, the publisher said, your book is going to be all over the world. Brazil, China, of course, America, Canada, everywhere. If you look at the internet, is everywhere in London, China, Russia, everywhere. India, yeah.
Wow. Wow. So let's talk about the book, Wake Up Nations. What is it about? What can we expect from that book? The one book that actually changed your life.
Yeah, this is one book that, Wake Up Nations talks about my childhood memoir. Like I told you, I'm born into a Christian home. My dad, the way he talks about, or when he was alive, he talked so much about God that you cannot help but know that God is great and mighty. We were like always in awe of God in church. He made sure we were well behaved in church, not running around, even as little children.
Mm-hmm.
We sit down quietly, listen to sermon. Not that I remember any of them, but my father was in the choir and he was like a god to me because I would feel his eyes looking on me or looking at me like there is no room for error in the church. You just have to, behave yourself even as a child. Otherwise, when you get home, you'll be disciplined. So I grew up like that, knowing that God is great, is to be reverenced. It's not that you start misbehaving when you get to church or doing things like that. So he made us to know that we have to be in awe of God, reverence him. We have to fear him as a mighty God.
Yes.
So
Yes.
he groomed us that way. Yeah.
Wow. That is amazing. You know, to put that on page and to have that out there and to divulge some of your personal and most delicate memories. How is that for you? Was that easy?
It wasn't easy, but we grew up that way because my dad, in the morning, he will ring the central bell where we all gather very early in the morning, like 5:30 a.m. in the morning. Even as a child, 6, 7, growing up, we all pray together because I came from a very large family. We all come together, pray together. We must do that, except on Sundays where we go to church, Saturday and Sunday, we go to church. And then I talked in my book about most revelations that was revealed to me by the Lord. My relationship with him, the revelations, like I told you, very, very strange, and it's so remarkable that when you tell people, they will think you're not in your right senses. Yeah.
You know, it's okay because things happen to people that other people will never believe either.
No, they
You
don't.
know, it's
Mhm.
just that's just the way it is. That's life. But I
Right.
love what you've done. I love the miracle of the 2 days. That was a
Mhm.
miracle within itself.
Yeah.
That was definitely a miracle within it. So, you know, the book, Wake Up Nations, is this your last book or do you have another book in the wings?
I think I'm going to write another one, but I'm still thinking about it, trying to put my thoughts together, you know, and I don't know if I'm going to write more of the revelations, but because now I teach and I preach,
Mhm.
and I just want people to know the ways of God, what He likes and what He doesn't like, so people can have this same encounter with Him.
Yeah.
Get to know Him better, behave, wisely here on earth, love one another, things like that.
Yeah, important. Very important.
Very important. Yeah, love
Definitely.
is the key, right?
Yeah. And maybe that should be the next title of your book.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
right, right. Mm-hmm.
But just run with it. I tell you, don't wait 5 years to make the next book come out because we can't wait anymore. Where can
Okay.
people find your book?
Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, Harvard.com, and other places.
Wonderful. We're gonna have the
Apple,
link.
iTunes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to have the link in the description box for the Amazon link for Wake Up Nations. And that way you can read it, because I think that a lot of us need to learn the lessons that were learned many years ago so that we don't make the same mistakes and that we can move on in our lives and teach our
Right.
children to do such. I think that that is basically what we're missing.
That's right.
Definitely missing that. Definitely missing that. Thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate you so very much.
Thank you very much. Nice
Thank
to meet
you.
you. Thank you for
And you
having me.
too. No
Okay.
problem. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to Dare to Be Different, but most of all, don't forget to go to that link and check that book out for yourself. And until next time, guys, be blessed.
Thank you.